good morning. My name is Jessica White. I'm with the TAFT College Transition to Independent Living program. Welcome to our TIL program virtual tour. Brief overview of our program. We started in August of 1995 with our residential component. So for a very long time, we were the only program in the nation that had a residential component to our independent living skills. So before, students would come to campus, they would learn their independent living skills, and then they would go home for the night. But with the residential component, they're able to come learn their independent skills and then apply it when they go back to their dorm rooms. We are a post-secondary educational program offering both curriculum and training in independent living skills. Participation in our program is 22 months long, which is divided into 2 years, a freshman year and a sophomore year. The main differences between the freshman year and the sophomore year is when a student is a freshman, they live on campus in one of our 32 dorm rooms, and they are also provided with a meal plan. When they are sophomores, they move off campus into the community of Taft, into our rental homes with roommates, and they no longer have a meal plan, so now they're responsible for planning their meals, going grocery shopping, as well as preparing their own meals. So we're gradually increasing what our students are learning and increasing their independence. This right here is another, it's going to be another brief overview of our program. This is Aaron Markovitz. He is our program director, and you'll also be able to see some of our students in action.
Happy to introduce you to what we do here at the program. We serve students 18 and over for 2 years, teaching them independent living skills. The first year, they live on campus in dorms, and they participate in their living classroom where they learn housekeeping skills, laundry skills, everything that they would need to be able to be successful living off campus. They also attend classes every day where they learn skills like advocacy, wellness, interpersonal relationships, cooking, so they learn how to cut safely and to use a stove and an oven, finance, how to manage their budget, how to do their banking and all of that. Students move off campus the second year and they live in rental housing. They have roommates their entire time and their own rooms the entire time they're in the program for 22 months. So the second year students, the biggest changes are they cook for themselves, so they have to go to the bank and cook for themselves. They pay their own utility bills. They're learning how to budget the entire time they're in the program and practicing those skills daily.
The type of disability that I have is ADHD. The TIL program is really cool. They teach you how to live independently, and like all the classes are basically just like life skill classes. There's like a money class, and you get to learn how to do laundry, and you have a job here, which is really cool. You get paid, and it's a pretty cool experience here.
Hi, my name's Nathan, and I'm a student at the Transition to Independent Living program at TAFT College. Come in my room. I have Asperger's syndrome, which is a form of autism. A couple of things I've learned is trying to keep my room as clean as possible, keeping things sanitized, and like organizing is the biggest thing right now is what I'm trying to work on.
As a life skills aide, I work directly with the sophomore students, and I teach them independent life skills, and I teach them how to meal plan and also how to cook. So today I will be assisting the students to prepare French toast, and they will be following their own recipe.
Learning to cook is important to me because I will know how to make meals for myself. A safety skill I've learned that will be helpful after I graduate is making sure that I don't wear long, dangling sleeves when I'm cooking because it will cause a fire.
My disability is that I have a weak side of, my whole right side of my body is weak, and it makes it harder for me to do certain day-to-day tasks. I like it that I like living on my own because I can learn to do certain tasks like going grocery shopping, that's a big one. I feel that I can more be myself.
I am Down syndrome. I'm used to it. I'm very comfortable living in my own house like this I'm living at right now. And what have I been learning is, learning cooking skills, budgeting money, and how to keep it neat, how to keep it clean. I'm very organized and, keep it spotless, especially in my bedroom. But my bathroom, yes, I do.
I am autistic, but I have a mild, it's the high functioning autism. We cook, we clean, we cook, we clean, we do our laundry, we clean our bathrooms, make our beds, do vacuum. This year we had to make our own food instead of being in the cafeteria. I cook I cooked one time, made like tacos. I make clam chowder sometimes because it's cold. I like to make like tea, hot chocolate. The biggest lesson I've learned from TIL is to be more assertive.
What I learned from TIL was a real life-changing experience. It taught me to be a more independent girl and learn real-life challenging experience. And I would not ever forget this program for the rest of my life.
We've been very successful with having our students being able to find a job and in their home community and then transition into their own place.
Okay, let's see. So this right here is an example of our schedule that we have for our students. As you can see, our students are very busy from 8 to 5, Monday through Thursday, and then Friday is 8 to 12. Wednesday, they get to start a little later at 9. Most of our students are sitting in classes from 8 to 12. That's where they get the lecture, homework, all of that. And then the functional, more hands-on is in the afternoon. So that's when they're doing their laundry, housekeeping, personal safety, transportation, and mobility. So it's more hands-on in the afternoon. So you don't have to sit in classes all day just for that morning time. These are some examples of our level 1 academic objectives. So for career education, we're going to start at the very basics. We have 4 levels that we have with our students. Level 1 and 2 will be for their freshman year, and level 3 and 4 will be for their sophomore year. So we'll start at the very, very basics at level 1 and then gradually increase what we're teaching them and the complexity of what we're teaching them as we move through their semesters when they're on campus. So for career education, we're going to start off by identifying workplace rules, identifying the importance of personal care, and identifying work ethics and their importance. For conflict resolution, this is all about teaching our students that conflict as a child is much different as conflict as an adult. So we want to have them participate in role-playing exercises to see what that looks like and how to work through that. We also want to teach them how to respect other individuals' personal space, how to know and use the internal conflict resolution strategy, which is CALM process. And for interpersonal relationships, we'll start off at the very beginning of identifying friendship-making skills and gradually increasing what we're teaching them, going deeper into the more personal relationships, sex, marriage, children, all of that as we go through the levels. For meal prep, we'll start with making sure that our students know how to be safe in the kitchen, how to use all the kitchen devices and gadgets safely, how to identify and define the different cooking terms, and also how to read basic recipes. Personal advocacy is all about teaching our students that they have a voice and how to use that voice. So we'll provide examples to them of self-advocacy. We'll identify the key components of the Lanterman Act. We'll also complete a voter registration with our students and encourage them to vote. For personal finance, we'll start off by teaching them how to deposit their paychecks into the bank, how to work with the bank tellers, that it's important to save receipts, and also how to keep track of what they're spending and what they have available to spend. Next, we have personal health and personal safety. For personal health, we'll identify over-the-counter medication that cures a headache and other ailments, how to identify when they're sick and what severity it may be, and we'll also discuss healthy eating habits and lifestyles. For personal safety, this is all about teaching our students not only how to be safe within their homes, but also how to be safe within the community. So when they're in the community, we'll teach them how to use the buddy system, make sure that they have their ID on them at all times, have an emergency contact list with them, and letting people know where they are. For in the home, we'll have them ask who's at the door before they answer, how to identify police and other public servants before they answer the door, and knowing the difference between friends and acquaintances. This right here is a video of the facilities that we have on campus. So it'll show you inside the dorm room and the different classrooms that we have. Welcome to the Transition to Independent Living Program virtual tour. There are 32 dorm rooms located on campus in the Center for Independent Living. Students are given an ID card that allows them to only access their dorm room. All students have their own rooms and then share a restroom, like a Jack and Jill. Students are paired men to men and women to women. All dorm rooms are provided with a full, extra-long bed, desk chair, and mini fridge. Each room also comes with its own heating and air to allow students to control the temperature to their liking. If students are accepted into the program, there is a list of items that students are required to bring. The list will also include some recommended items. All students are encouraged to decorate their rooms as they see fit. This will help a student feel more at home and in their own environment. The laundry room is equipped with coin-operated washers and dryers. This allows students the opportunity to practice with budgeting to complete laundry. Some students may transition to an apartment complex that utilizes this setup, so it gives students an opportunity to learn how to use these machines. We do not require students to iron their clothing daily. We do, however, teach them how to do so when preparing for an interview or other important meetings. The kitchen classroom has stocked with the same equipment that allows students access to the same kitchen devices and gadgets. There are 2 stations equipped with an electric stove and 2 stations with gas stoves. This gives students experience with both appliances to prepare for their transition to living independently. Here, students will learn how to prepare meals and how to follow recipes. Located next to the kitchen is a pantry that is stocked with basic items for use in preparing meals. There are 3 classrooms located in the Center for Independent Living. We always have freshmen with freshmen and sophomores with sophomores. Here, students will participate in academic classes such as career education, conflict resolution, interpersonal relationships, and many more. The common area provides students with an opportunity to interact with their peers. Students can watch TV, play pool, play board games, or simply have nice conversations with one another. This provides a good opportunity for students to meet new friends and share their hobbies with others. Okay. Welcome to the... All right, so this right here is an example of our weekly dorm cleaning list. We do housekeeping with our students twice a week. In the middle of the week, it's just going to be basic picking up after themselves, making sure everything's nice and tidy. And then once a week, we do a deep cleaning with our students, and this is where this checkoff list comes in place. They'll go through, make sure that everything in their room is checked off. They'll also do their bath area and any miscellaneous, such as making sure that their paper towels, toilet paper, and hand soap is stocked. Now with the bath area, if you saw in the previous video, they share a restroom with another individual. It's like a Jack and Jill. So they have their personal bedroom where they have their private space, and then they share that restroom. So they get to divide these tasks amongst each other and maybe switch off on the duties each week. This right here is a personal needs list that we do with our students. It is a big goal of ours for us to make sure that our students understand the difference between wants and needs. So we'll go through this list, check off anything that they may need for the month, and anything that they may want, they can put down in this list that they may budget for if they have the available funds. This is our budget that we do with our students. We'll put in their monthly income. Most of our students do receive Social Security income, so they'll put that in here. While they're on campus, they do a paid internship, so they'll put in their paycheck deposit, and then they'll take away any of their expenses that they may have throughout the month, such as transportation, phone, cable, and then here's where they would put in their personal needs from that previous list. This right here is our students' favorite portion. That's their spending money. So after they take away all their expenses, their personal needs money, and their laundry money, because they do have to budget for that, since we have coin-operated washing machines and dryers, they'll get their spending money. So say a student ends up with $100 spending money for the month. Some students may say, okay, I want all that $100 right now at the beginning of the month. And that's where we come in as financial advisors and explain to them, maybe it's better to divide it $25 a week. That way, when it comes to the end of the month, you still have money available. Ultimately, it's up to the students. It's their choice. They can do with their money as they see fit, but it's all about teaching them the adult consequences of not budgeting and not saving that money throughout the month. This right here is another video. This is about TIL and how it works within the community of Taft. You'll get to see some of our employers in this video. And this video is about 4 minutes long.
In 1994, the college had a catastrophe. We had a huge, very successful athletic program. In 1991, our local tax, mostly from the oil industry, was over $5 million. And in 94, it was $2.4 million. Huge drop. At the same time, the state had not paid any of us for increased enrollment. And we had 3 or 4 years of increased enrollment. The only thing to do was drop all sports. And now we cut more than that out of everything else, but the combination of those two let us survive. It gave us empty dorm rooms because we had a football dorm and no football games, so no football teams, so gone, you know. And Kathy Everts came up with the idea, why don't we have a residence program for people with disabilities? Everybody loved the idea as soon as they heard it. So we had the dormitory, so we had a place that they could live and be on campus 24/7, and it made a huge difference in how we could succeed in getting them ready to be independent. That's how we got started.
Well, this is a small community. The people here know their neighbors. They wave when you go down the street. If you're here in Taft, you're one of them. That lends itself to the pride that they take in the TIL program. We're here in Taft, the program's here in Taft, and they embrace it. The participation of the community is essential for this program because that allows our students to go out and work in different environments, learn different types of skills. So it's essential for us to work with our community. I've seen the community do nothing but embrace the TIL program.
Family restaurant. We open at 6, close at 2, mainly breakfast and lunch. TIL students come in here at work, and TIL students are as welcome as any other employee. They come in and learn and excel. At first, I was surprised, amazed, and since then been proud of what the TIL students are capable of doing. Train them a little bit and turn them loose. They'll do better than anybody else.
We expect them to be here on time. We expect them to be dressed appropriately. I don't treat them any differently than any other staff. A lot of times we'll give them their list of duties and they want to do more. So I think it's been an amazing experience. It's taught me a whole lot. It's taught my staff a whole lot.
If they're unable to attain a driver's license to get in the car and jump where they want to go, they can get on a call transit or jump on the routes system, in any city and go where they want to go. Basically, it's their freedom. They're teaching them to live on their own, teaching them day-to-day things that they need to do. It's a huge part of our business to take care of them and help them with all their needs. As employees, they're great. They have great personalities, work great with them, and in turn, you get to meet great people, and it's just a win-win.
Watching some of the youngsters blossom out and open up, look you in the face and say hi. And those are maybe little things, but they're wonderful symbols of what's going on there. This is the most accepting town I have ever seen for people with intellectual disabilities.
All right, so in that video, there were some of our employers that we work with for our students. We have jobs that are both off campus and on campus. Our freshman students work 6 hours a week, earning minimum wage, and it's their responsibilities to not only do the internship part of it, but also the curriculum part of it. They go hand in hand, and both are required to be a part of the program. So like I said, some positions are off campus, some are on campus. Some examples of the on campus jobs could be in the information technology department, the child care center, the cafeteria, maintenance and operations. And then off campus, we have Joe's Restaurant that was shown in the video, the West Side Rec, the recreation center in Taft, a couple pizza delivery places, and also we've worked with the city of Taft in the past as well. This right here is our trip plan that we do with our students. There are 5 times that our students travel home throughout the year. They are Labor Day, Thanksgiving break, winter break, President's Weekend, and spring break. So each time they go home, we do this trip plan with them to make sure that they have everything planned out, that when they leave us, they're going to arrive at their destination safely and back to us safely. So we want to make sure that their bus ticket is bought, that if there is a layover, they know how to do a bus transfer, how long the layover is, and also who they'll be staying with. And then also when they come back, we'll again ensure that all of their information is put into place before they leave us. With that, they will also have to do a request for time off with their employer. This is another adult responsibility that we teach them. Every individual who works does need to request time off so that the employer can make sure that their shifts are going to be covered. They can also do this at any other time throughout the year if there's a legitimate reason to request time off, if it's not one of those 5 travel days home. They will have to get this approved by both their supervisor at work as well as an individual within the TIL program. This right here, this is our second to last video. It is a side-by-side comparison. On the left here is a freshman student, and on the right is a sophomore student. So it's just going to show a day in the life of both of these students side by side.
This is a day in the life of a student in the Transition to Independent Living program. As a freshman, you will start your day in the on-campus dorms while sophomore students live in off-campus housing. As you will learn, you are responsible for waking up on time, getting ready for the day, and being on time for class or work. Sophomore students often prepare their own breakfast off campus. Your day depends on the schedule, of course, but you can expect to take part in practical and engaging classes. Both freshmen and sophomore students have a full schedule of classes covering everything from money management to housekeeping to safety. And you'll even learn to cook your own meals. You will have an opportunity to learn a range of exciting and practical skills to help you live independently. Freshman students can choose to eat from the school cafeteria or go off campus to eat if they have the money, while sophomores often bring lunch from their off-campus homes. All TIL students learn and become familiar with using public transportation in TAFT and use the TAFT area transit for any local off-campus travel. Both freshmen and sophomore students will gain real-world skills in the workplace as a part of the curriculum. You'll get hands-on experience and have an opportunity to work in the community. As a part of the coursework, you will be responsible for maintaining your personal finances and visiting the local grocery store for your needs. When you are finished with your off-campus errands, the TAFT area transit can always bring you right back to TAFT College or any destination you choose in TAFT. By the time you graduate, the life skills you need will become second nature and you will have the tools to live independently. If you or someone you know is interested in attending the TIL program at TAFT College, call or go online to apply today.
Okay, so this right here is our last video. This is Cooper's story. This is what we call an outcome video. Cooper was a graduate of the TIL program. This was shot a couple years after he graduated, and we'll see where he is currently.
When he was born, he had to go into intensive care because he stopped breathing and they thought that he had a seizure. You want your child to be perfect, and you want them to have a successful life, and it's scary. It was really scary for me. We didn't really find out what his disability was until he was 14 years old. Really didn't know much about the disability. It's called Soto syndrome. There's not a lot of people that have that in this country. I really didn't know what Cooper's future was going to be. I didn't know if he was going to be able to get a job. I never could imagine him living alone. I would be scared out of my mind to have him turn on an oven, or could he wash the dishes? I could show him how, but will he? I had no idea what his future was going to be.
I first learned about the TIL program from my teacher in high school who told my mom about it when I was a senior in high school.
The TIL program is a program for people that are disabled that can go to and learn how to become independent, how to live independently, how to grow and become part of the community and live a normal life.
I basically was thinking this could be a great experience, great adventure, and a great way to make goals and making great friends and finding out who I actually am.
He was shy. He wasn't confident. He didn't speak very well. The TIL program changed him completely, made him a very strong, confident man.
I would recommend TIL to anyone that wants to have a great future and successful life and stuff like that, because if you go to TIL, you could be successful, go out there and get it. It's yours.
We looked for jobs together. He filled out the application. He went in and gave the applications to the people. There was a lot of no's, a lot of doors, no answers, no return calls. I contacted Frito-Lay because that's where he was trained when he was at school. They welcomed him with open arms when they realized who he was and what background he had from his education here at the TIL program. They hired him. He went in for the interview by himself. I never ever really spoke with those people face to face. He did it all for himself. And now, 3 years later, he's still working there.
It's a great way to be social, be independent, and just do what you like to do. I live in Mission Bay, San Diego. It's a 2-story complex, but I live on the top floor, and I live in like an awesome apartment because I look at the ocean from my window, and there's a little kitchen. That's all I need, and there's a grocery store that I can ride my bike to. It's pretty nice. I like it.
He couldn't have gotten all of that without the instruction from the school, from the TIL program.
If I didn't go to college, I would still be living at my mom's house. But since I went to TIL, I learned what success is, and I owe it on to TIL for making me successful.
Okay, so this right here is the process that students usually do. They'll first take a tour of our program. If both the students and parents or circles support are on board and think that the TIL program is a good fit for them, then they would complete an application that is available online, or I've also created an electronic fillable application that could be sent to the parents and guardians and students. After we have received the application as well as all the required documentation, we will send their file to a screening committee who will then decide not only if a student is a good fit for our program, but if we're a good fit for the student. If they believe that a student should be invited to a first interview, they will, and the process goes on from there. Our entrance requirements are on the TAFT College TIL website. And if they have further questions, they may email me at jwhite@taftcollege.edu or phone number 661-763-7775. Thank you and have a great day.